representing Delaware now coming
You're
on
in
board.
Delaware,
I
is
love
he?
it.
Hey, George,
We're
good
in
morning.
Delaware.
Good
We're in
morning.
Delaware.
Good morning.
Smyrna, South Smyrna.
So,
Okay.
Bishop Watson, I reached out to Pastor Scott. He has not called me back yet, but I'm supposed to speak at his church this coming Sunday. And I'm looking forward to that. I know you have a couple more pastors that you want me to get a hold of, so get with me this week, and we'll reach out to them as well.
Good morning, George. Good morning, George.
Thank you. I know you are. I know. I know. Well, Stephanie's on you, so I guess. So yes, and Stephanie has got some very good people coming as well. So it's all good. Our teams we're really rock and rolling, guys. Everybody's got a lot of things in the hopper.
Good morning, George. It's Lolo.
Hey, Lolo, how are you?
I'm good.
So we went to church yesterday, didn't we, Lolo?
Yes, yes, we did. Great sermon. You loved my pastor, didn't you?
I loved her. Oh my goodness gracious, she brought it. I mean, that lady was funny. She taught you stuff. I tell you what, she was probably one of the best. That was one of the best sermons I've ever heard actually.
Okay, great.
You tell her that she was great.
I will.
Good morning, George, and good morning, everyone. From Baltimore, Maryland.
We got Baltimore, Maryland in the house.
Good morning, George.
Right.
Dave Brown, Oregon.
Hey, Dave, how you doing? And I did talk to your lady. I think was she from Chicago? Was she
Illinois?
from?
Yeah.
Illinois. There you go. I did talk to her. Thank you for sending her. That's exactly what you should be doing. Just send them when you get a new person. Let me know. I'll introduce myself and help you guys so that we're all on the same team and we're helping each other and supporting each other. Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Hopefully, she'll be here this morning. She had some kind of issue with her TransUnion or something, so it didn't pass her background check.
Right. Well, and again, guys, we're going to get this meeting off the ground, and I'll start it right here. My name is George Shafina. If you don't know who I am, and I'm here to help everyone facilitate, grow, and build an army of people. And as Tina said today, it's not customers, it's subscribers. So that was another cool thing that we had last night on the call. And what I'm going to recommend you guys doing is getting on these calls from the other leaders. They have a call at 8 o'clock. I do have a copy of that tape. It's a great training. You get different perspectives from different people. I come in from one way, somebody from another. So if you learn one tidbit from these calls, it just will help you to facilitate, grow your business faster, quicker. So they got a lot of ideas, a lot of techniques. What I told Tina today, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So the bottom line is that get on the calls. That's how you're going to learn. But the Sunday at 8 o'clock is a good one to get on. But any of these calls are be coming out. There's a lot of training coming available because you obviously know what's coming down the pike. We have 10 new states opening up, and each state has got its own difference and nuances. So, like, for example, Dave, you're in Oregon. Oregon's going to be different than other states. So really get to know your state.
This is exactly what you're supposed to be doing.
Yes. Somebody needs to mute.
Yeah, George, you should just mute everybody.
Okay, I really don't want to do that, but I'd like people to interact, but I don't need them to talk while we're on. I guess Bishop Watson's doing the cooking in the kitchen, so I guess we're all going to eat this morning as well. So isn't that cool? There he is. Is everybody muted? All right, we got you muted. I could ask Bishop Watson, what's for dinner? There we go. All right. Now we know we're muted. Guys, I did a presentation in Prince George's County last Thursday. We're going to continue that meeting in Prince George's. So what I want you guys to do, anybody that has someone, and get them to me. We had about 20 plus people there, first meeting. But it was my first meeting that I actually did the presentation on the new community solar video. So we have a new one. So, you know, and it's a little different than the one that we've had. So our focus is going to be these videos, and these presentations are going to be more focused on the community solar. And that's one of the things I want to tell you today. As you're building, as you're growing, use the community solar as your startup. You know, the deregulation comes along with it. You know, we bring that in to stabilize your bill. But the key is the state funded free program that actually will reduce your bill for 20 years. So that's what you want to come in, and that's what's making this thing, and it's the fuel of the engine that's about to go. And that's why I know you use that tool to build your business, to talk to people, to introduce with community solar, state funded, free, just coming out. That's how you're going to build this business based upon these new products, this new wonderful product that's coming out, which is a no-brainer. You know, one of the things that I did a meeting up in Philadelphia this week as well, and we had some people in Pennsylvania. And, you know, of course, the thought is to say, well, we don't have community solar up there. You build before it comes. You know, in Maryland, you know, everybody kind of stopped in Maryland. I didn't stop. You know, I was still getting people involved because I knew what was coming. Now you can see it. People are going to start recruiting like crazy. But I've been recruiting from day one because I knew that community solar would eventually be here. And, you know, now it is actually here. So it's game on for everybody. Your ability to be able to bring people in, and keep in mind, it's $49 until the end of the month. Now Ed's not, I don't know if Ed knows or he doesn't know. But you know, we don't know if it's going to continue or not. If it's going to be raised to 69, it's going to go back to 129. But we know until Thursday at midnight, we have $49. So I'm planning on getting about 5 or 6 people in for other people, at least that, and get them in on the low money. So keep that in mind. $49 to start. They can bring in their own account in many cases, and you know, if they have community solar coming, you know, they bring their account in. They made $50 on the deal. So it's very easy now for people to get in with no monthly payments and none of that kind of nonsense. So it really it's phenomenal. Also, Big John and our leaders, and I'm going to get with Big John today, and Kurt and a few of these other guys. I want to combine some of what we're doing, and they're bringing great trainings to us. So I want to be able to you guys to be able to benefit from that as well. And we'll have our own trainings as well. I know Ed did he did a training on the new Proton app. That's going to be an amazing tool as well. You know, I don't want to get into the Proton app itself, but it's going to be a game changer for us. It differentiates us from all the other energy companies. So these are the things that we're bringing into the table. I mean, Free Energy Club, Proton, community solar, fixed rates. We go on and on and on, and we're green. So keep in mind, these are the factors that we have that we're going to dominate. So I'm, you know, while I'm sitting here talking, I'm getting more hungry with Watson. Thank you, I appreciate that, Watson. And I can tell you, this is going to be something special. I know each and every one of you guys out there. I've either talked to your members or your people who you have, or people that are thinking about coming in. I'm talking to so many amazing people right now. I mean, this is exciting for me to help you build, and that's my heart to do, is to help you guys take this to the level that you don't even know how big this actually can be, but I actually do. So I'm willing to give the time and the effort to be able to do that. Tina came up and we Big John, they've just made a Spanish video, so that now a presentation. So now we have that in our hopper now. So, get to those people. That is the niche. Let me tell you, I had 18,000 customers last time I did this in less than a year, but 7,000 of those customer base was Hispanic people. Big market, tremendous market. And it's there for any one of you guys to take it over. Just get the right person in there, and we'll help them build it. Now, when we have the videos, it does make it much better. I think, Gary, I need to get that video out to you. I know we talked to a Hispanic church up in New Jersey, and we want to get them all on board it because we have community solar up there. Keep in mind, so another factor too, if you don't know about how we get paid, and I'm not going to get into how we get paid here, but we get based on points. So one of the major things that they've done till March 31st is we get extra points for bringing in community solar accounts. So when BG&E comes on board in the next weeks, New Jersey, Illinois, all these states coming on, which you guys are in, and Oregon, you are going to get bonus points. So I don't know what the bonus points will be. I know in Maryland, it's 2 points. We get 1 point typically. You're going to get 2 points for a regular account and 3 points for low to moderate income people. So that's an amazing way to get your point counts. You get 10 customers, basically becomes 30 customers. So great way to get your points up there. Everyone's goals should be certain goals that you get to your 20, then get to 200. And I'm going to make everybody here a director. And that's my goal. And then from there, once you become a director, you have a bona fide real business that you could actually sell. What you have is an entity that's has value. So once you can get to that level, you got yourself a real business, and you won't be able to stop it if you wanted to. So that's the beauty of this. Once this momentum starts, you won't be able to stop it. Your people that are getting involved are going to want to be directors too. So everyone's going to be wanting the same goals on this stuff. So this is a very fast way to get to a director, is to take advantage of these points from now until March 31st, double and triple points. Those points will matter. So 100 accounts can become 300 to 400 points. You could basically do it overnight. So keep that in mind. Get these points rocking and rolling as well. Also, when you go in there and you have customers, sometimes a lot of people have 5, 6, 10 customers. You have to check and make sure that they went through. I have had several people that they didn't go through and they didn't know it. So we went back. We had to go back and get them resubmitted to get the customer counts up. So keep, and I think Wutina and I were talking about doing a training for your back office. And I don't know, after I did unmute you, ask the question, because I think it's a training well worth doing, is if we can do training on the back office so that you guys can know what to do, when you get a customer, exactly, looking for that customer, and then eventually, see if they're live or not live, and then go back. Sometimes you have to resubmit it. There was a number transposed or wrong or whatever the case may be. So if you're getting, and again, I don't want to call them customers. When we get our subscribers, we don't want to lose our subscribers. So that's the most important thing. So if you're going to work hard, don't lose what we got. So I'll teach you guys. And I don't know how many guys use the back office, but it's an immense amount of tools back there. It's your business. It's your CRM. It shows you what your customers, who your advisors are, if they've taken courses, not taken courses, what you need, and also as well as getting your pay either on a debit card when you start getting paid here now, because now with this community solar, people are going to get paid every week. So you're either going to get a debit card, and I don't want to get into that information now, but I will go each and every one of you. If you call me, I'll get you lined up to get either your debit card or it'll be a bank deposit right to your account. And this way, you can get your money, but you got to sign up for it. If you haven't signed up yet, it's just accumulating. So, so don't think you've lost any of your money. You have not lost your money. It's in the back. It's in the back there. And we'll get that going as well. Again, I will get you the new PowerPoint. We do have a new PowerPoint that's coming out. There's going to be new things coming out there, but the PowerPoint that I gave the presentation was a little bit different, but it really focused more on the community solar part of this. And that is what I want you guys to really be focusing on, especially if you have it in your area. I mean, there are certain areas like Ohio does not have community solar yet. But the states that are coming, the 10 states are coming, get involved with and know what the community solar is all about. With that in mind, I'm going to I will give you the meeting that will be in Prince George's County. I will get you the address of that. We're working on that now. It was, like I said, it was a wonderful meeting. I want to start building these counties out. If any of you guys, there's somebody that wants to do, any of these people, and you do want to do a meeting in any of your areas to start breaking into your areas, I don't mind doing them, whether it be once a month or every other week or every week, depending upon how we're growing. I will start building these areas out. If I have to do a meeting at a different location every single day, I'm like I said, I'm in it to win it for you guys. So with that in mind, can you open it up? I want to open it up to you. We only have about 7 minutes left, and I want to respect your time, but I want to open it up to any questions that you may have right now, because there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things going on. I'm sharing that's the new slide, new slideshow that we are now using, which, like I said, I did a meeting last Thursday, and hopefully, people got a lot out of it. I thought it was a great meeting. And, I actually, when I do my meetings, I do a little training along with the meeting. So I just don't do the presentation. In the meeting that I did, there were 3 new peak guests that were there, and there were like 20 people there. So I wanted to not only do something for the guests, but I also want to do something for the 20 people that showed up. I want to give them some training while we're there as well. So it was a combined. I did the presentation and I did training, motivation, get them in the reason why I'm doing the business.
I gave you the meeting ID, period. There is no passcode.
What's
Sorry
that?
about that.
Okay.
Sorry about that. My gal's been trying to get in and we can't seem to get a passcode. Or I found the meeting ID finally, but the passcode. Anyway, my question, if you're still asking for questions, is if a person gets signed up with community solar and they need to move out of state, somewhere possibly a state that we're not covering, how does that work?
They'll lose their position. And then whoever's in the hopper and the waiting list will take it. The only way that you can take your savings with you is if you move right into the utility. Remember, that farm was designed for the utility, so it can't cover people outside that utility.
You could also
Okay,
sell it as a benefit with the house. If you
Okay.
sell your house, you can sell that spot as a benefit to the new homeowner.
Great, good to know. Thank you. And then for deregulated energy, what happens there?
That would just drop, and you would lose the account would be ended, and then someone else would come in, and we have to again, any new customer, if they don't choose an energy company, they're going to default back to the utility. So then at that point, if we make them, if Ed said, like he said, we sell the house with a benefit, at that same benefit, we'd also bring them in as a energy subscriber. I got to get used to that as well. So we would also bring them in, and we'd switch them over.
Okay, great.
So yes, so let me address that with you. Ed and I went to do a presentation. They had, I don't know, 2,000 customers. And they said that their rate of fallout each year, that about 30% of the tenants leave. So if they were able to get all their customer base to do the solar, that the tenants that move out could take their that savings with them, and they have 600 new customers that they could be putting on the farms each and every year. It's like a cash cow to these property managers. So, and that's how when we talk to property managers, it's not just your customers that you have customers leaving each and every month. Those people
Just
leave
copy and paste the link.
that we put on the farms, they can bring in new people. They're getting double pay. Ed, would you like to add? I know that you have a lot on to share, so I know we only have a few minutes left. Would you like to share some tidbits?
Sure. It's great to be on here, George. Awesome call. So many exciting things. I'll tell you, this weekend I did 3 separate leadership kind of calls with with leaders who requested to have kind of team calls, and Michael Falquist was on every one of them. And, you got a CEO that has worked his butt off to put this program together after a year of building a foundation and, kind of souping up for getting ready for the onslaught of community solar states that are coming down the pike. It's good to see him working on the weekends, man. He is more excited about this than I've ever seen him in 15 years of knowing him. But just so everyone knows, during the next month and a half, or really the next month and a couple days, we're going to be launching out all the new community solar markets, and we're going to do it in stages. Like right now, Massachusetts is live. For those who aren't aware, National Grid, 10%, dual bill market. So we're going to do a special launch for Massachusetts tonight at 8:40, following our regular 8 o'clock presentation. So when we launch a new state, we're going to design a special Zoom so that everyone can get their guests and everybody that is in that state to jump on that call to learn about it. So if you know anybody in Massachusetts, now's the time to be reaching out to them to get them on the 8:40 Zoom following our regular Zoom. So, and then as we go, the next states will be, I believe it's going to be Delaware, it's going to be Illinois and Virginia next. So we'll have a special Illinois meeting, a special Virginia meeting, just so you can get your guests on specifically from that state. But if you really look at what we have in front of us, we've been able to accomplish something that no one else has cracked the code on, which is being a consolidated customer gathering asset for all the different developers out there. They all have one common challenge. They need customers to fill their farms, not only to fill brand new farms, but they fill brand new farms with 1,000 customers. 2 years from now, 3 to 5% of them have moved and they have a hole in the farm. They need to continue to fill that hole in the farm. So Think Energy is providing this service of evergreen customer gathering. It took a year to prove to the developers that we could pull together an army of sales reps called advisors that could go out there and continue to grow and build and build and build. And now we can't stop what's happening. The developers are knocking on Think Energy's door saying, please help us get customers. We need help. And that's where we are. We're positioned perfectly for this. So if you really get the big picture of this company, I know the first year was a foundational year. We only had New York and Maine. We got New Jersey at the very last minute of 2023. Now we're bringing in Maryland. It's already got 2 utilities on, but we're going to continue to march into new states. And as you see this opportunity blossom, more and more states with community solar, George is right. The electricity customers, we've got 14 states in the DC. Some of those states are going to be great value propositions. Some of them aren't going to be great. They're going to ebb and flow as the years go on. Some are going to be great. Some are going to be off. But when we launch Proton, the software, the app that we're going to launch, it doesn't matter about rates anymore because customers can be able to get credits on their bills just by using the app. So with Community Solar leading the way, getting customers for electricity as well along the way, having Proton in the wings, we've built ourselves the perfect business. I call it the victimless business. And if you've been in deregulated energy before, you know that there's nothing worse than having the potential to create victims. We don't have victims with Think Energy. There are none. Everybody wins. You know, the customer is the most important person in the equation because you don't have a company and you don't have advisors without happy customers. So if we can't crack the code on creating happy customers, we don't have a business. We don't have a future, and we've cracked the code. So don't sit on this opportunity. That's my best advice. You know, George said it right. We're starting to do meetings locally in Maryland on a regular basis. We have the Zooms every night. If you're not busy working this business right now, you're missing out on a huge future. This is it. This is the game that a lot of people have been practicing for over the years. This is the game that you want to play in because the future is bright for us. So get busy. This is a great call to have on a Monday morning at 8:30, ended at 9 o'clock fresh. You go back doing what you're doing, but keep this in the front of your mind. Start inviting people, get them in front of us. You know, one of the best ways you can launch this business is to have a private Zoom with your network. Invite as many people as you can saying, I'm launching a new business. I want you to understand what it is. It would mean the world to me if you would come check it out. Invite 10 or 15 people on that Zoom. Get one of us to do the presentation. We're happy to do it. We'll answer questions for your folks. Launch your business with intensity and purpose. You know, if you just string it along one here or there, you know, not really thinking about it, you know, launch it with intention. Launch it like you want to own it, and you will own a large portion of the future of Think Energy. So great job, George, killing it on these calls. Appreciate all your effort. I love the fact that you did that meeting on Thursday. I was double booked, and I was in a room right next to where George was doing his presentation. I was doing a Zoom for another person launching their business. I came out 7:30. George is, you know, more than halfway through the presentation. But one of the things I noticed was, you know, it was about 22 people in the room. There actually, the majority were guests, actually, George, because they were just seeing it for the first time. And they were laughing. They were having fun. George was captivating. He got everyone. The energy in that room was contagious. So, George, congratulations. You did a great job. I'm really excited to watch you continue to crush this thing, and everyone
Thank
else
you.
here.
Well, you know, it's amazing in that I do what I can, but the help and the leadership makes it that much easier for me to be able to do it, and anything I can give back. And that's one of the things I want to tell you guys is that we are going to get with, you know, Big Johns and the Kirks. We talk about, you know, doing the trainings and getting you all the trainings you need and getting you up to speed. Again, the more you learn, the more you know, the more comfortable you are going to be able to do this business. So we want to get this knowledge to you. We want to help you. And, you know, if you were on the call last night, and I have a video of that, one of the big things to take away from me is that these teams are all willing to help each other, and we're all kind of on the same team. So we're on the Think Energy team. So, you know, I appreciate the leaders, what they're doing too. I think you've got some great leaders and great leadership in the company itself. Thank you, Ed. And thank you, everybody. And
Thank you.
any other questions that we have before we'll wrap this bad boy up?
Yeah, George, can you talk about how to approach municipalities? We talked a little bit about that before. It's for a lot of people, including me, it's a difficult thing because municipalities are difficult. They got political stuff and blah, blah, blah. So how do you go about doing that? Because it's a huge win for them. Any ideas on that?
Well, I can tell you, I did a meeting for a nonprofit about 2 weeks ago. And that was one of the things I said on the call last week was asking the people, had they heard about community solar? There were 5 government agencies there. So going into these community meetings, how you want to get into them, all these government agencies go to these meetings. So look up your community go to that meeting, you'll find that the government meetings, there was a lady there who actually worked for me 15 years ago, believe it or not, but she runs the Medicaid department. So she's part of that. And I have a call with her boss this week. So how I got that was simply for the nonprofit was the government officials were there at that meeting through the community associations. And I just went up and talked to them. And there are many of them. One in the mayor's office was there for creating jobs. So I have a meeting with them. I got somebody there for Section 8. I got a meeting with them. Got Medicare. Got a meeting with them. So, by just going out and doing and even not even giving a meeting, just being there at these community functions, you'll find the government agencies are all there representing the community. So it's connections. It's people who know people. And I can tell you they're all listed. You can make a phone call. So
George, I'll step in because I wouldn't have success cold calling municipalities, townships and stuff because it's just another person trying to call in to a big bureaucracy. But what I can do is I can go get a network of people to see this business, just everyday working people. And they come in, they join the business. And what they offer is a whole nother Rolodex of contacts. And all of those contacts have a whole nother Rolodex of contacts. So one way or another, if I build a team, someone's going to have a connection with someone who they're best friends and grew up with, who runs a municipality, and they're going to be able to open a door. That's going to be the right door to open up, to get in, to make a presentation, to be able to do it. So sometimes, if the thought is taking a lot of time and energy to cold call into municipalities because it's an elephant hunting kind of expedition, I'm not a high recommender of that kind of time. What I am is a high recommender of trout fishing every day, because the trout people have their own influence. They have their own networks. And that's the best way. I can't tell you how many top-notch CEO of companies worth hundreds of millions of dollars that I've been walked into their office with red carpet treatment because of someone else that I knew who knew that person. And I get the invite in. I could never have cold called my way into that office, but because of the network effect, because I built this team, I have people that are connected with other networks and I get invited in. So that's my best advice. I wouldn't spend a lot of time with that kind of stuff. And I would spend more time building out a network, because that's the easiest way you're going to get invited in the proper way to make a delivery to municipalities and stuff. That's just been doing this for 15 years. And
one of the things that I can tell you that people that know them is nonprofits. The nonprofit world and the government agencies are very close knit. So you want to get into them another way is through the nonprofit world. They do know, they get funding. There's a lot of different ways and they mechanisms. They work along with the government all the time. So a lot of nonprofit will get you where you need to go as well.
Okay, I've got a very important question. I don't mean to interrupt, but I've been trying to get this question out. So I haven't seen a whole lot. I don't see a whole lot of training yet. And I'm trying to figure this out. So what happens when a customer signs up through our website? Are we calling them back and signing them up step by step, or is there somebody else that does that?
So we all have our own websites with our replicated links.
Right.
What I do, I can only tell you what I do, is I get somebody that's interested in being a customer and I say, hey, or, I'm prospecting to get a customer. I say, hey, I want to share with you this article. It's called, it's from the state of Maryland. It's called the Community Solar Program of Maryland. Send them the article and say, let's have a conversation about this. We get on a phone and I say, do you know that this program exists? Because nobody does. It's brand new. Just got signed into law June of 23 as a program. So now that you know that the credibility is there with the state, I would love to show you how we can get you on one of these farms and subscribe on a farm. Then I'll actually take the time to walk them through it. I know if you've walked your own meter through it, the enrollment, the enrollment process. once you get a couple customers, you know it by heart. You can actually walk people through it right over the phone. You don't even need to see the screen anymore. And I just simply walk them through. The maximum amount of customers that I ever have to get to be the top rank in this company is 24. So if I have to walk 24 people through this, some people are very intuitive. They'll go to it on their own. They'll figure it out and they'll just go right through it. No problem, especially for electricity. But if I walk it through them, with them, now I have the opportunity to talk to them about the free energy program. Once they're enrolled, now I say, let me show you how this free energy program works. If you got an extra 5 minutes, I'll get you logged into your free energy back portal and let's send out 5 quick emails to friends of yours that you can talk to about getting them on to these things. So the benefit of walking someone through it yourself outweighs just hoping that you're going to send them a link and they're just going to enroll on their own. The way to get a customer is to actually walk them through it.
Got you. Okay, walk them through it. That's.
Well,
But it's all
the,
there.
Dave, I can tell you what Ed said was so perfect is because you walk them through it, because the whole idea is to work their customer base where they can actually work. They can help them. We can help them get free energy as well. So it's a good way to not only get one customer getting many customers. So that's the whole idea of it. There was a question, Ed. Is there any articles on national that we can use? We have a lot of state articles that say what's happening, and everyone going to fixed rates. We should go find a company that has fixed rates. Is there anything national that we could utilize for people that are not in any of the deregulated states who want to build this business?
Like, I don't know the answer. Like national, like a community solar program. I mean, the thing with deregulation is many moons ago, the federal government that said, listen, monopolies are illegal in our country, so we are not going to allow them. So we're going to kick it back to the states. And for electricity or energy deregulation, we're going to kick it back to the states and let the states decide what they want to do with their deregulation. Some states decided to deregulate, some states decided not to. So it's a federally deregulated, but each state has the right to do with it what they want. So it's not a national thing. Community solar will be national, but it's still a state by state thing. If you're a state and you want easy access to the Inflation Reduction Act money, you're working feverishly to put together a community solar program, because the easiest way to get your chunk of that IRA money for your state is by implementing community solar, because it's incentivizing local renewable energy to be created. States can easily enact this program to get access to those funds and be able to subsidize the discounts for the credits that customers will get for the next 20 years. So, but I'm sure if you plug around in Google and say, nationwide community solar, it'll kind of give you a bigger picture. But I find it more effective to send the state laws, because you're getting customers in states, giving them that state assurance that the credibility of the program is there. It really helps. So and if you go through the community solar expansion slides, there's one slide in that deck that has a link to every single one of the states article that announces community solar. So there's a hyperlink there.
That's a good idea. And, if you're not in the state of Maryland and you have, 14 states, 14 different utility companies out there.
Ask, what are they doing?
Tina, you need to mute.
Okay, so it really has a lot of power if you're not in Maryland and you're not in a deregulated state to have a number of articles in all the states. Like Ed said, this is more of a state by state. But if every state is going along and saying you need to find another utility, a fixed rate company or something of that nature, or the rates are going up, there's article after article after article that benefits us. You can just do accumulating of the articles is the key to this whole thing. It doesn't need to be one particular article, because like you said, each state is different. Some states are higher, some states are lower. But if you have a consensus of all the states from all of them saying the same exact thing, it's going to benefit you in building. I don't care if you're in Florida or you're in California, wherever you are, you can be able to get that out to the people. Somebody also mentioned the fact about signing up a customer. I'm not going to do that now, but it literally takes 2 minutes to get a customer. You go to your website, you go to your link, and on the top right-hand side, you can either be an advisor or a customer. You hit customer, and there's basically just 2 pages that has to be filled out. Once those 2 pages are filled out, they hit the button, and then there's a link that goes to your customers or your subscribers' email. They hit the button that they agree. That's the verification. Within 2 minutes, they become a customer. But if anybody has any questions thereafter, I don't know who asked a question, whoever it is, they can call me and I'll go on a mock and I will show them exactly how to sign up a customer. Anything else, guys? Great call, Ed. Thank you again.
Last thing, George. Everyone this morning in your email box, if you're an advisor, you got a thing from Think Plus weekly email. So it's kind of a list of all the events that are happening this week. One of the really cool things that happens every single week is there's an open Q&A session. Okay. It just happens. I think let me find out exactly what day it is by this. It's a Q&A, call for help training. It's on the 27th. Okay. And you go on there, it's at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's from 1 to 1:30. And basically any questions that you have, you just go on that Zoom and they're just sitting there answering questions that you have. You can also call customer care for any purpose. They're really great and responsive. So, but I love the Q&A session. It's become very, very popular. And then the training, obviously, every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, you bring on a brand new advisor. The first thing you want to do is plug them into that training. If they can do it live on Saturday at 10 o'clock, awesome. If they can't, make sure they get the replay of it and get it. But every new advisor should go on to that because it just teaches them the basics and the back office and how to start inviting people, scripts, things like that. Awesome. Great call, George.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
I'm sorry.
Have a great week.
One last thing. In Illinois, it says that that you cannot market or advertise or any in-person sales. Can you real briefly just kind of go over what that means for my customer in Illinois? Or my
So
partner?
we're going to be launching Illinois pretty soon, probably within the next week. And we're going to have a special dedicated Illinois Zoom that we announce all the details of do's and don'ts and things, because Connecticut and Illinois are 2 very finicky markets with regulators that are a lot more, stringent and compliant. And we have to be more compliant with these markets. So everyone to get Illinois community solar customers is going to have to go through a special training to be able to market to customers in Illinois because of the Public Service Commission and the rules there we have to follow. So just keep that, open for when the time comes. There'll be a training on it specifically. And then there'll be a certification that everybody has to go through if they want to market in Illinois.
Okay, so what do I tell her for now? How does she connect her family or friends?
Oh, they
right
can
now?
all go. They can become energy customers, electricity customers right now. Easy, no problem. Just community solar that they're going to need to get that extra certification for.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You bet.
Hey, where did you say that hyperlink was that shows the state law?
If you go into thinksuccess.plus, and then you go into Think Community Solar, okay, and you scroll down, you'll see the expansion, Think Community Solar expansion. I think it was February 11th. You click on that link. You can watch the State of the Union with Falquist, who makes all these announcements. But if you scroll down to the bottom, there's a little link, a hyperlink, says, you want all the slides for this? Click here, click on it. All the slides show up. And when you scroll through the slides, one of the slides is all the states with the Public Service Commission or the state link to the actual article that shows the community solar program and all the rules and everything.
Gotcha. Thanks, Ed.
You got it.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks all. Have a great day. You need
All
us?
right,
let us
everyone be
know.
safe.
You too.